I just have to give this thing a round of applause. The 2022 kx250x was the first bike I ever bought brand new. I've still only bought two, but still. Anyway, bought it brand new with 0 hours. They literally was putting it together while I was on my way there. At 101 hours, the hour meter screen started messing up, so I replaced it. So it has 104 hours on it now. I have not done anything mechanically to this bike. In 104 hours, it has the stock clutch, stock brake lever, stock foot pegs. You know, it literally has the stock spark plug. Okay? The stock shims. I checked the valves at 98 hours. Still in spec. I don't ride it like a bat out of hell. I ride it to my ability, which is not on the limiter. I have put an FMF slip on. I put a skid plate with a linkage guard, wraparound hand guards, a fan, and I've been through about 4 chains, and sprockets. And I did that just for a little bit of bling when it was new. But I've literally not done anything to this bike besides tires and tubes. And that's it. And it still, right now, cranks, runs. Of course it would do that. But it cranks, runs, stops. The clutch works. Everything is still absolutely perfect. I mean, everything on this bike is absolutely like the day it rolled out of the showroom floor, mechanically. As far as, you know, everything works perfect still. There's no problems at all with this bike. I've not done anything to it in 104 hours. If you're thinking about getting this bike, don't hesitate. This thing is a tank. It's an absolute tank. I love my two-stroke. I love it. But I have put so much money into this thing. It has a new OEM clutch. It got a top end at 90 something hours, 98 I think. I've, you know, repacked the stock silencer. I've put a new one on it, of course, but the suspension was absolute shit. The Explorer forks. So went ahead and put a bladder kit on the back when I got the K-Tech stuff done to the front forks. I've been through a handful of spark plugs, 1 new top end, 1 clutch, 3 or 4 sets of brake pads, 3 or 4 chains again, 3 or 4 TPS, or not TPS, but crankcase pressure sensors. Tried, you know, a bunch of different tunes and stuff. Now it has, you know, a medium compression head. Now don't get me wrong, I love tinkering. Love tinkering. Love upgrading stuff. So some of it may have been just maintenance wise. But as much as I love this thing's had a lot of time put into it and money. This thing, I pay the payment on it every month. And that's about it. And this thing is it's still just as smooth, like the motor is still just as strong. The brakes are still just as strong. The clutch works 100%. The suspension is still good, and, you know, the bearings and everything are still good. Like, this thing is a freaking tank. It just blows my mind. I was just sitting here thinking about that. I was sitting out here just, you know, being a man looking at my bikes, and I was thinking how much I love my two-stroke, you know. And then I was thinking about my suspension that I just got done, and I was like, man, I've put a lot of money into this thing, you know. And it's a blast. It's an absolute blast. But my 4-stroke is a tank. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. Just wanted to give this thing a round of applause.